Hello, and welcome back to Fem Life. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. 2 lucky winners get to spend 1 hour on video chat with me. I had always been a bit of a thrill seeker, constantly seeking new experiences and adventures. So when I found out that I had a few weeks off from work, I decided to embark on a solo trip to Thailand. I had heard so much about the beauty of the country, its rich culture, and the warm and welcoming people. It was the perfect opportunity for me to experience something new and immerse myself in a different way of life. I booked my flights, packed my bags, and before I knew it, I was on my way to Thailand. As I stepped off the plane and made my way through the airport, I couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and anticipation for the journey ahead. What I didn't know was that my journey was about to take an unexpected turn. As I waited at the baggage claim, I eagerly anticipated the arrival of my suitcase. But when the carousel slowed down and the last few bags were being picked up by their owners, my heart sank. My suitcase was nowhere to be seen. I frantically searched the area, hoping that it had just been misplaced, but it was nowhere to be found. Feeling a mix of frustration and worry, I made my way to the baggage claim office to report my missing luggage. The staff assured me that they would do everything they could to find it and have it delivered to my hotel as soon as possible. With no other option but to trust them, I left the airport and made my way to my hotel. The next few days were a blur. I spent my time exploring the sights of Thailand, indulging in delicious food, and immersing myself in the local culture. But in the back of my mind, I couldn't help but worry about my missing suitcase. It had all my clothes, toiletries, and most importantly, my money. On the 4th day of my trip, I received a call from the airport. They had found my suitcase, but there was a catch: it had been mistakenly exchanged with someone else's. My heart sank as I thought about all the clothes I had packed, now possibly in someone else's possession. But then the staff member on the phone said something that made my heart skip a beat. The person who now had my suitcase was at the airport, waiting to exchange it with me. With a mixture of excitement and anxiety, I made my way to the airport. As I approached the baggage claim area, I saw a young woman standing there, holding a suitcase that looked very familiar. As she saw me, she smiled and gestured towards the suitcase. I couldn't believe my luck. My suitcase had been found, and I was about to retrieve it. But as I approached the woman, I noticed that she was wearing a beautiful dress, and her luggage was filled with exquisite-looking clothes and lingerie. I couldn't help but wonder who she was and where she was from. But before I could ask her, she handed me my suitcase and said, "Thank you for returning my suitcase. I hope everything is still intact." I thanked her and began to make my way towards the exit. But as I turned to leave, she called out to me, "Wait. I have to ask. Where are you from?" I turned to face her and replied, "I'm from the US. What about you?" "I'm from France. I'm here on a short vacation." "It's my first time in Thailand," she said, smiling. "I'm here for a solo trip." "It's been an adventure so far," I said, returning her smile. "Well, I'm glad we could help each other out." "It was nice meeting you, take care," she said, before walking away. I watched her leave, feeling a strange sense of curiosity about this woman who had temporarily held my suitcase. But with my suitcase back in my possession, I quickly forgot about her and continued on with my trip. The next day, as I was getting ready to head out for a day at the beach, I opened my suitcase to find that my clothes had been neatly folded and organized. But as I dug deeper, I realized that some of my clothes were missing. In their place were beautiful dresses, skirts, and lingerie. Confused, I checked the suitcase again, only to find a note tucked between the clothes. It read, "I hope you don't mind. I needed some clothes to wear for my trip, and I saw that you had some beautiful pieces. I promise to return everything to you before I leave. Enjoy your trip." I couldn't believe what I was reading. The woman from the airport had taken some of my clothes and left me with her own. I couldn't help but grin at the thought of a stranger wearing my clothes and walking around Thailand. But I was also grateful for her leaving me with her clothes, as it meant I didn't have to spend money on buying new ones. As I stepped out of the hotel, wearing a beautiful dress and stylish heels, I couldn't help but feel a sense of confidence and excitement. I had never worn women's clothes before, but now, with the help of this mysterious woman, I was about to embark on a new adventure, experiencing Thailand as a woman. The sun was shining brightly, the ocean glistening like a sheet of glass, and the sound of the waves crashing against the shore filled my ears. I breathed in the salty air, feeling free and liberated for the first time in a long while. As I made my way down to the beach, I couldn't help but wonder what this woman from the airport was like. Was she traveling alone like me? Was she in a relationship? Why had she taken my clothes and left me with hers? I spent the day exploring the beach, swimming in the warm waters, and trying on the clothes she had left behind. They fit me perfectly, and I couldn't help but feel a sense of belonging in them. I wondered if she had ever felt this way before, wearing men's clothes. Maybe she had always wanted to wear something feminine, but never had the opportunity. As the day turned into night, I found myself at a quaint little Thai restaurant, sitting at a table by the beach, wearing one of her dresses. The food was amazing, the atmosphere was electric, and I couldn't help but feel like I was part of something special. I couldn't wait to tell her about my day when I returned her clothes. When the waiter brought over the check, I realized that she must have paid for my meal. There was a note tucked beneath it that read, "I hope you enjoyed your meal. Please consider this my treat." I wish I could have stayed longer to chat, but I must return to my family. Thank you for understanding. The woman from the airport. I sat there, staring at the note, feeling a strange mix of emotions. I was grateful for her generosity, but also a little sad that she had to leave so soon. I knew that I would never see her again, but I couldn't help but feel a connection to her nonetheless. She had changed my trip in ways she could never have imagined, and for that, I was eternally grateful. As I walked back to my hotel, I wondered if she was already on her way home. I wondered if she had arrived safely and if she was enjoying her vacation as much as I was enjoying mine. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel alone.